I acquired an alien companion. To my shock, she was really happy. Part 1. The acquisition captain Marcus Chen wiped sweat from his forehead as he walked through the dirty streets of Kepler 7 station. The air smelled bad, like old food and engine. Oil. Strange aliens walked past him, some with too many arms, others with scales instead of skin. None of them looked friendly. Marcus was in big trouble. His last cargo job had gone wrong when space pirates attacked his ship. He lost everything, the cargo, his payment, and now he owed money to the Vorthak crime family. A lot of money. Money he did not have. The Vorthak were not the kind of aliens you wanted to owe money to. They were big, mean, and had sharp teeth. Their boss, Cruel, had given Marcus 1 week to pay back 50,000 credits. That week was up today. Marcus reached the Vorthak building. It looked like a black metal box with no windows. 2 huge guards stood at the door. They had guns bigger than Marcus's head. "I'm here to see Cruel," Marcus said. His voice shook a little. The guards looked at him with their yellow eyes. One of them spoke into a radio device. After a moment, they stepped aside. "Boss is waiting," one guard said in broken English. Marcus walked into the building. The inside was dark and cold. Red lights glowed from the walls. He could hear strange music playing somewhere far away. The sound made his skin crawl. Cruel sat behind a huge desk made of black stone. The Vorthak boss was even bigger than his guards. His skin was dark red, and his teeth were like knives. 4 arms grew from his body, each one thick as a tree trunk. "Ah, Captain Chen," Cruel said. His voice was deep and scary. "You have my money?" Marcus swallowed hard. I don't have it yet, but I can get it. Just give me more time." Cruel laughed. The sound was like rocks falling down a mountain. "Time? I gave you time. 1 week. Now you pay, or—" 2 more guards appeared from the shadows. They grabbed Marcus by his arms. "Wait," Marcus said quickly. "There must be something else I can do. Some other way to pay you back." Cruel stopped, laughing. He looked at Marcus with his small, cruel eyes. "Other way?" He touched his chin with one of his hands. "You know there is something, but you might not like it." "What is it?" Marcus asked. He was ready to agree to anything. "I have items, things I need to get rid of, things that take up space and cost money to feed." Cruel smiled, showing all his sharp teeth. "You take one of these items, we call it even." Marcus did not understand. "Items? What kind of items?" "Come, I show you." Cruel got up from his chair. He was even bigger standing up, almost 3 meters tall. He walked toward a door at the back of the room. Marcus and the guards followed. They went downstairs into the basement. The smell got worse here. It was dark and wet. Strange sounds came from behind metal doors along the walls. "This is my collection," Cruel said proudly. "Companions, servants, workers. I buy them from all over the galaxy." Marcus felt sick. He realized what this place was. A slave market. "I don't want a slave," Marcus said quickly. "Not slave," Cruel said, but his smile showed he was lying. "Companion. Helper. Much better than money, yes?" They stopped at one of the metal doors. Cruel pressed his hand on a screen next to it. The door opened with a loud beep. Inside was a small room with no windows. A thin alien sat in the corner. She had light blue skin that seemed to glow a little. Her hair was white like snow. She was small, maybe as tall as Marcus's shoulder, but her eyes were huge and bright purple. "This is Zara," Cruel said. "She is from the Etherian planet. Very smart species, or so they say." The alien, Zara, looked up at them. Marcus expected to see fear or sadness in her eyes. But instead, she looked curious. She tilted her head like she was studying them. She has problems, Cruel continued. 3 owners already returned her. She does not follow orders well, does not clean properly, talks too much, asks too many questions. Cruel walked closer to Zara. She did not move away. This surprised Marcus. Most people would be scared of the big Vorthak. But she is cheap, Cruel said. Perfect for someone who cannot pay his debts. Marcus looked at Zara again. She was looking back at him. There was something in her eyes that he could not understand. It was not fear. It was not sadness. It was almost like hope? What happened to her people? Marcus asked. Cruel shrugged with all 4 shoulders. Their planet lost a war. Very stupid people. They did not fight back. Made them easy to catch. Zara's face changed when Cruel said this. For just a moment, Marcus saw pain in her eyes. But then she looked curious again. So, Cruel said, turning back to Marcus. You take her, we are even. No more debt. Marcus did not want to own another person. It felt wrong. But he also did not want to die. And maybe he could help her somehow. Okay, Marcus said. I'll take her. Cruel clapped his hands together. Good. Very good. He pressed another button, and metal bands around Zara's wrists opened. She rubbed her wrists where the bands had been. She is yours now, Cruel said. Try not to bring her back like the others did. Marcus looked at Zara. Can you walk? She nodded and stood up. She was even smaller standing up, but she moved with grace, like a dancer. They walked back, through the building. Marcus felt terrible. He had just bought another person. Even if it saved his life, it felt wrong. At the door, Cruel stopped them. Remember, Captain, she belongs to you now. Do not let her cause trouble. Marcus nodded and walked out with Zara following behind him. They walked through the station streets, in silence. Marcus did not know what to say. How do you talk to someone you just bought? Other aliens stared at them as they passed. Some looked angry. Others just looked sad. Finally, they reached the docking bay where Marcus's ship waited. It was called the Lucky Star, but Marcus had never felt less lucky. The ship was old and small. Paint was falling off the sides. But it was home. This is my ship, Marcus said to Zara. I guess it's your home now, too. Zara looked at the ship. Then she looked at Marcus. For the first time, she spoke. It is beautiful, she said. Marcus almost laughed. The Lucky Star was many things, but beautiful was not one of them. You don't have to lie, he said. I am not lying, Zara said. Her voice was soft and musical. It is beautiful because it flies between the stars, because it is freedom. Marcus looked at her with surprise. He had expected her to be sad or scared, but she sounded happy. They went inside the ship. It was not much. A small cockpit, a tiny kitchen, 2 sleeping rooms, and the engine room. Everything was old and used, but Zara walked around like she was seeing a palace. She touched the walls gently. She looked at his books and asked about the pictures on his desk. Is this Earth? She asked, pointing at a photo of a green field with blue sky. Yes, Marcus said. That's where I grew up. It looks peaceful, Zara said, like my home used to look. She said it without sadness, just like she was stating a fact. But Marcus heard the pain hidden in her words. I'm sorry, Marcus said. About what happened to your people? Zara looked at him with those big purple eyes. You did not cause it. Why do you say sorry? Marcus did not know how to answer that. Most humans said sorry when bad things happened to others. It was just normal. I need to get ready to leave, Marcus said, changing the subject. We have a cargo run to make. May I help? Zara asked. This surprised Marcus, too. His previous crew members, the few times he could afford to hire anyone, always complained about work. "You want to help?" "Yes," Zara said. "I would like to learn about your ship." Marcus showed her around properly. He explained how the engines worked and how the navigation computer calculated routes between stars. Zara listened carefully to every word. She asked smart questions that showed she understood complicated things quickly. When they got to the engine room, Zara stopped and stared. "This is a Morrison drive," she said. "Yes." "How did you know that?" "I studied different engine types before the war." She walked around the engine, looking at it from all sides. "But this one is not running at full efficiency." Marcus stared at her. "What do you mean?" Zara pointed at different parts of the engine. "The plasma flow is uneven here, and the magnetic containment field could be stronger. With small changes, this engine could work 20% better." No one had ever told Marcus his engine could work better. He had owned the Lucky Star for 5 years. "You know how to fix engines?" he asked. "I know how to fix many things," Zara said. Then she looked down at her feet. "My previous owners did not want me to fix things. They wanted me to clean and serve food." Marcus felt angry, not at Zara, but at the people who had owned her before. She was obviously very smart. Making her clean toilets was like using a computer to hold doors open. "Well," Marcus said, "if you want to fix my engine, go ahead." Zara looked up at him with surprise. "Really?" "Really." For the first time since he had met her, Zara smiled. It was like watching the sun come up. Her whole face changed. She looked happy, really, truly happy. And that was when Marcus realized something strange. All the other owners had returned Zara because she was defective. But maybe she was not defective at all. Maybe she was just special. As Zara started working on the engine, humming a soft song in her own language, Marcus wondered what else he would discover about his new companion. He was about to find out that Zara's happiness was just the beginning. "I acquired an alien companion. To my shock, she was really happy." Part 2. Unexpected Companionship. 3 weeks had passed since Marcus left Kepler 7 station with Zara. His life had changed in ways he never expected. The Lucky Star was running better than it had in years. Zara had fixed not just the engine, but also the navigation computer, the air recycling system, and even the coffee maker. Everything worked perfectly now. But the biggest change was not in the ship. It was in Marcus himself. For the first time in years, he was not alone. "Marcus," Zara called from the cockpit. "The Centauri Prime docking control wants to talk to you." Marcus walked to the front of the ship. Zara was sitting in the co-pilot chair, looking at the communication screen. She had learned to use all the ship's systems in just a few days. "This is Captain Chen of the Lucky Star," Marcus said into the radio. "Captain Chen, you are cleared for Docking Bay 7, came the reply. "Please prepare for cargo inspection." "Understood," Marcus said. He turned off the radio and looked at Zara. "Ready for another delivery?" Zara smiled. She smiled a lot now. "Yes, I have calculated the best route to our next destination. We can save 2 days of travel time." Marcus shook his head in wonder. Zara could do math in her head that would take his computer minutes to figure out. She saw patterns in star maps that he could not even understand. "How do you do that?" he asked. "Do what?" "The math, the calculations. You make it look so easy." Zara looked confused. "It is easy. All Etherians can do this. We see numbers and patterns differently than other species." "But your previous owners returned you. They said you were broken." Zara's smile faded a little. "They did not want me to think. They wanted me to clean floors and carry things. When I tried to help with their business, they got angry." Marcus felt that familiar anger again. How could anyone waste such a brilliant mind? "Well," he said, "I want you to think. Think all you want." Zara's smile came back. even brighter than before. They docked at Centauri Prime without problems. The cargo inspection went smoothly. Marcus was delivering medical supplies to the outer colonies, nothing illegal or dangerous. As they walked through the station to collect their payment, Marcus noticed something. Other aliens were staring at them. Some looked confused, others looked angry. "Why are they looking at us like that?" Marcus asked quietly. "Because you are treating me like an equal," Zara said. "Most species do not do that with their companions." Marcus did not like that word, companion. It sounded too much like slave. They reached the client's office. A fat Centaurian sat behind, a desk covered with papers. He had green skin and 4 eyes. "Captain Chen," the Centaurian said, "your delivery was perfect. Here is your payment." He handed Marcus a credit chip. "Thank you, Mr. Voss," Marcus said. Mr. Voss looked at Zara with his 4 eyes. "Interesting companion you have there. Very well behaved. Most Etherians are difficult." "She's not difficult at all," Marcus said. "She's actually very helpful." Mr. Voss laughed. "Helpful? An Etherian? They are good for cleaning and simple tasks. Nothing more." Marcus felt his face getting hot with anger. But before he could say anything, Zara spoke up. "Mr. Voss," she said politely, "I noticed an error in your cargo manifest. You are being overcharged for transport insurance by 12%. Mr. Voss stopped laughing. "What?" Zara pointed at the papers on his desk. "Line 17, subsection 4. The insurance company is using the wrong rate table for medical supplies. You could save 3,000 credits per shipment." Mr. Voss grabbed the papers and started reading quickly. His 4 eyes got bigger and bigger. "She is right," he said quietly. How did you see this?" "I read quickly," Zara said, simply. Mr. Voss looked at Marcus with new respect. "Your companion. She is very smart." "Yes, she is," Marcus said proudly. As they left the office, Marcus felt good. Zara had shown that stupid Centaurian what Etherians could really do. "Thank you," Marcus said to Zara. "For what?" "For showing him how smart you are." Zara looked puzzled. "I just saw a mistake and fixed it. That is normal for me." Normal. Marcus was starting to understand that what was normal for Zara was amazing for everyone else. Their next job took them to a human colony called New Texas. It was a small planet with farms and mines. The colonists had ordered tools and equipment from Earth, but when they arrived at the New Texas system, something was wrong. "Marcus," Zara said from her station. "I am reading a distress signal." Marcus checked his instruments. "Where?" "There," Zara pointed at the screen. "A transport ship. It is not moving." Marcus changed course toward the signal. As they got closer, they could see a big passenger ship floating dead in space. No lights, no engine power. "This is Captain Chen of the Lucky Star," Marcus said on the emergency channel. "Do you need help?" "Thank God," came a voice. "This is Captain Rodriguez of the New Hope. Our engine died 3 days ago. We have 200 colonists on board, including children. Life support is failing." Marcus looked at his cargo hold. He was carrying tools and equipment, not life support systems. "I don't have the parts you need," Marcus said sadly. "Wait," Zara said. She was studying the readings from the New Hope. "Marcus, I think I know what is wrong." "What?" Zara showed him the scanner data. "Their main power coupling has failed, but we have tools in our cargo that can fix it." "Are you sure?" "Yes. But the repair must be done from outside the ship, in space." Marcus had done spacewalks before. It was dangerous, but he could do it. "Captain Rodriguez," Marcus said on the radio. "I think we can help, but I need to come over to your ship." "That would be wonderful. But hurry, we don't have much time." Marcus put on his spacesuit. Zara helped him check all the connections and systems. Be careful, she said. I will. Marcus, Zara said as he was about to leave. Yes? Take the plasma cutter and the molecular welder. You will need both. Marcus took the tools she suggested. Then he got in the small shuttle and flew over to the New Hope. The repair took 2 hours. It was hard work in zero gravity, but Zara was right about what tools he needed. Everything she had told him was correct. When the New Hope's engines came back to life, cheers came over the radio. Captain Chen, Captain Rodriguez said, you saved our lives. How can we thank you? No thanks needed, Marcus said. Just helping out. But Captain, Rodriguez would not let it go. When Marcus got back to his ship, the New Hope sent over food and supplies as gifts. Your companion is amazing, Captain Rodriguez said on the video call. She figured out our problem in minutes. Our own engineers had been working on it for days. After the call ended, Marcus looked at Zara. She was reading a technical manual about engine systems. How did you know exactly what was wrong with their ship? Marcus asked. I could see it in the scanner data, Zara said. The pattern was very clear. But you have never seen that type of ship before. No, but all engines work on similar principles. Once you understand the patterns, you can fix any engine. Marcus sat down next to her. Zara, what did your people do before the war? Zara put down her book. We were partners. Partners? Yes, my people. We do not fight. We are not good at making weapons or armies, but we are good at solving problems. Other species would come to our world when they had difficult questions. We would help them find answers. Like consultants? Yes, but more than that. We would live with other species. Learn their ways. Help them make their lives better. In return, they would protect us and give us new problems to solve. Marcus was starting to understand. But the species that conquered your world? They did not want partners. They wanted servants. They saw our peaceful nature as weakness. They thought if we could not fight, we must not be intelligent. That's stupid, Zara smiled. Yes, very stupid. But many species think this way. They believe intelligence comes from being aggressive, from taking what you want by force. Marcus thought about this. Is that why your other owners returned you? Because you tried to be a partner instead of a servant? Yes. They wanted me to follow orders without thinking. But Etherians cannot do that. We must think. We must solve problems. It is who we are. Marcus felt sad and angry at the same time. Sad for Zara and her people. Angry at the stupid aliens who could not see how valuable they were. Well, Marcus said, I like having a partner. Zara's face lit up. Really? Really. You make my life better. You make my ship better. You even make my coffee better. Zara laughed. It was a beautiful sound. The coffee maker just needed cleaning. Still, everything is better with you here. They sat in comfortable silence for a while. Then Zara spoke again. Marcus? Why are humans different? Different how? Other species see relationships as dominance. Someone is the master, someone is the servant. But you do not think this way. Marcus had never really thought about it. I guess humans believe in working together. We are stronger when we help each other. Zara nodded. This is why I am happy. For the first time since the war, I can be myself. I can think and learn and help. You do not try to make me small. Marcus understood now why Zara had seemed so happy from the beginning. It was not that she liked being owned. It was that she finally found someone who did not want to own her, someone who wanted to work with her. Zara, Marcus said, you are not my property. You are my friend, my partner. Tears appeared in Zara's purple eyes, but she was smiling too. Thank you, Marcus. You have given me back my life, as they flew toward New Texas to deliver. I acquired an alien companion, To my shock, she was really happy. Part 3. The Revelation. 2 months after leaving Kepler-7, Marcus and Zara arrived at Nexus Prime. It was the biggest research station in the galaxy. Scientists from hundreds of worlds came here to study and share knowledge. Marcus had never been to such an important place before. His cargo runs usually took him to small colonies and mining stations, but they had been hired to deliver rare crystals to the Galactic Research Institute. "Look at all those ships," Zara said, staring out the window. The docking area was huge. Ships of every size and shape floated in organized rows. Some looked like Earth ships, metal and angular. Others were organic curves that seemed alive. Few were just balls of light with no solid parts at all. "I have never seen so many different species in one place," Zara continued. Marcus was nervous. "Are you sure you want to come with me? Some of these scientists might ask uncomfortable questions." "I want to see the research labs," Zara said. Her eyes were bright with excitement. "Please?" Marcus could never say no when Zara looked excited about learning something new. They docked and went through security. The guards were professional robots who scanned their IDs and cargo permits. No problems. The station inside was amazing. The corridors were wide and clean. Holographic displays showed research projects from across the galaxy. Scientists walked past them, talking in dozens of different languages. "Captain Chen?" Marcus turned around. A tall alien with gray skin and 6 arms was walking toward them. She wore the blue robes of a senior researcher. "I am Dr. Kellyan," the alien said. "I am from the Centaurian Science Council. I have been hoping to meet you." "Me?" Marcus asked. "Why?" Dr. Kellyan looked at Zara with interest. "Because of your companion. Word has spread about your unusual partnership." Marcus felt worried. "Is there a problem?" "No, no problem at all," Dr. Kellyan said quickly. "In fact, I would very much like to speak with both of you. I am conducting research on interspecies relationships." Zara stepped forward. "What kind of research?" "I study how different species interact with each other. Specifically, I study the companion trade and its effects on the species involved." Marcus did not like the sound of that. "We just need to deliver our cargo and leave. Please," Dr. Kellyan said, "just 1 hour of your time. What I have learned might be very important for both of you." Something in her voice made Marcus pause. She sounded serious, worried even. "Okay," Marcus said. 1 hour. Dr. Kellyan led them through the station to her laboratory. It was a large room filled with computers and display screens. Charts and graphs covered the walls. "Please sit," Dr. Kellyan said, pointing to comfortable chairs. Marcus and Zara sat down. Dr. Kellyan activated a holographic display. "I have been studying the companion trade for 5 years," she began. "Specifically, I have been studying what happens to species that are enslaved." Images appeared in the display. Different alien species, all looking sad and tired. "What I found was disturbing," Dr. Kellyan continued. "Many species begin to lose their natural abilities when they are enslaved. They become less intelligent, less creative. Some even forget their own languages." "That is terrible," Zara said quietly. "Yes, but what puzzled me was one species in particular." Dr. Kellyan changed the display. Now it showed Etherians. "Your people, Zara." The images showed Etherians in cages and work camps. They all looked broken and empty. "Etherians were dying faster than any other enslaved species," Dr. Kellyan said. "Not from disease or injury. They were dying from something else. Something I could not understand at first." Marcus felt sick looking at the pictures. "But then," Dr. Kellyan said, "I heard about you two. A human and an Etherian working together as equals. And the Etherian was not just surviving, she was thriving." The display changed again. This time it showed video footage of Marcus and Zara at different stations. Marcus was surprised. He had not known they were being recorded. "Look at this," Dr. Kellyan said, pointing at the screen. Zara's body language, her facial expressions, her energy levels. This is not a broken, enslaved being. This is someone who is happy and healthy. Marcus looked at Zara. She was studying the display with intense interest. "I began to research Etherian history before the war," Dr. Kellyan continued. "What I found changed everything I thought I knew about your species." New images appeared. These showed Etherian cities from before the war. They were beautiful, crystal buildings that seemed to grow from the ground like trees. "Etherians were never meant to be servants," Dr. Kellyan said. "They evolved as symbiotic partners." "Symbiotic?" Marcus asked. "Living together in a way that helps both species," Zara explained. "Like flowers and bees." "Exactly," Dr. Kellyan said. "Etherians would form partnerships with other species. The Etherians would provide intellectual support, solving problems, improving technology, optimizing systems. In return, the partner species would provide protection and resources." Marcus was beginning to understand. "So, when Zara helps me with my ship and my business?" "She is doing what her species evolved to do," Dr. Kellyan finished. "But the galaxy misunderstood. When the Vorthak conquered the Etherian worlds, they saw a peaceful species and assumed they were weak. They treated them as slaves instead of partners." "But we are not weak," Zara said. "We are just different." "Yes," Dr. Kellyan said. "Your species' strength comes from cooperation, not domination. From thinking, not fighting." The display showed more data, charts and graphs that Marcus did not fully understand. "This is why Etherians are dying in captivity," Dr. Kellyan explained. "They are not just being physically enslaved. They are being psychologically destroyed, forced to act against their basic nature." Marcus felt angry. "So every Etherian in the companion trade is being tortured?" "In a way, yes. They are being denied the intellectual stimulation and partnership they need to survive. It would be like forcing a human to never speak or think." Zara was very quiet. Marcus could see tears in her purple eyes. "But you, Zara," Dr. Kellyan said, gently, "you are proof that Etherians can recover. When given the right environment, partnership instead of domination, your species can not only survive, but excel." "How many of my people are still alive?" Zara asked quietly. Dr. Kellyan checked her computer. "Current estimates suggest about 50,000 Etherians are in the companion trade across the galaxy." Zara made a small sound of pain. "But that's not all," Dr. Kellyan said. She looked nervous now. "I published my research last week. It has caused reactions." "What kind of reactions?" Marcus asked. "Some species are demanding reforms to the companion trade. Others are angry about the economic implications. The companion trade is worth billions of credits per year." Marcus understood. "People don't want to admit they've been torturing an entire species." "Exactly. And there is more." Dr. Kellyan showed them news reports on the display. "Your partnership has become famous. Other Etherians in the trade have heard about it. They are starting to resist." The news reports showed Etherian slaves who had stopped working. Some were asking questions. Others were trying to help their owners solve problems instead of just following orders. "The Vorthak crime family is particularly upset," Dr. Kellyan said. "They have invested heavily in the Etherian trade. If the truth spreads, their business will collapse." Marcus felt cold fear in his stomach. "Are we in danger?" "I believe so. My sources suggest the Vorthak are looking for you. They want to eliminate the evidence that Etherians can be partners instead of slaves." Zara stood up suddenly. "We have to help them." "Who?" Marcus asked. "My people. The other Etherians. If they know partnership is possible, maybe they can resist. Maybe they can survive until we find a way to free them." Dr. Kellyan nodded. That is what I hoped you would say. But it will be dangerous. The Vorthak have many allies. They will hunt you across the galaxy. Marcus looked at Zara. She was standing straight and tall. Her eyes were bright with determination. This was not the broken slave he had met on Kepler 7. This was someone who had found her purpose. We can't just run away, Marcus said. Not when people are suffering. People? Dr. Kellyan asked. Zara's people. They are people, not property, and people deserve to be free. Dr. Kellyan smiled with all 6 of her arms. This is why it works, she said. What works? Zara asked. Your partnership. Humans instinctively understand equality. You do not see species as superior or inferior. You see individuals as worthy of respect. Marcus had never thought about it that way. To him, Zara was just Zara. Smart, kind, helpful Zara. Most species think in terms of hierarchy, Dr. Kellyan continued. Someone must be the master, someone must be the servant, but humans think in terms of cooperation. So what do we do? Marcus asked. Dr. Kellyan activated another display. It showed star maps and shipping routes. I have contacts throughout the galaxy. Other researchers who want to help. We can create a network to spread the truth about Etherian partnerships. And we can find other Etherians, Zara added. Help them remember who they really are. But first, Dr. Kellyan said seriously, you need to leave here. My research has attracted attention. There are Vorthak agents on this station right now. As if on cue, alarms began ringing throughout the laboratory. Security alert, came a voice over the speakers. All personnel report suspicious activity. Immediately, Dr. Kellyan quickly copied her research data onto a portable drive. I acquired an alien companion. To my shock, she was really happy. Part 4. The hunt. Marcus woke up to the sound of alarms screaming through the lucky star. Marcus! Zara called from the cockpit. They found us! Marcus ran to the front of the ship. Through the window, he could see 3 Vorthak warships approaching fast. They were big, black, and covered with weapons. How? Marcus asked. We changed course 6 times. They must have tracking devices in every major station, Zara said, her fingers flying over the controls. I am reading more ships coming from behind us. Marcus felt his heart pounding. The Vorthak had been hunting them for 2 weeks now. Every time they thought they were safe, more ships appeared. Can we outrun them? Marcus asked. Zara looked at the sensor readings. Not in open space. But there is something else. She pointed at the star map. An unstable system. Very dangerous. Marcus looked at where she was pointing. The Kepler 9 system had 3 stars orbiting each other. The gravity fields were chaotic and deadly. No one flies through there, Marcus said. It's suicide. For most pilots, yes, Zara said. But I can calculate safe paths through the gravity fields. Are you sure? Zara turned to look at him. Her purple eyes were calm and confident. Trust me. Marcus did trust her. In the past 2 weeks, Zara had saved them dozens of times. Her ability to see patterns and calculate routes had kept them 1 step ahead of their hunters. Do it, Marcus said. The Lucky Star turned toward the dangerous system. Behind them, the Vorthak ships followed. They will not follow us in there, Zara said, but she was wrong. The Vorthak ships kept coming. Warning, came a voice over the radio. Human vessel. Surrender immediately or be destroyed. Marcus grabbed the radio. This is Captain Chen. We have done nothing illegal. You have stolen valuable property. Return the Etherian, and you will not be harmed. Marcus looked at Zara. She was not property. She was his friend, his partner, his family. She's not property, Marcus said into the radio. She's a free person. The response was immediate. Energy beams shot past the Lucky Star, barely missing them. Next shots will not miss, came the Vorthak voice. Marcus pushed the engines to maximum power. They entered the Kepler 9 system at dangerous speed. Immediately, everything went crazy. The 3 stars created gravity fields that pulled in different directions. Space itself seemed to twist and bend. Marcus felt sick as the ship was thrown around like a toy. "Hold on," Zara said calmly. She was working at 3 different computers at once. Numbers and equations flowed across the screens faster than Marcus could read. "Turn left in 3 seconds," Zara said. Marcus turned left. A huge gravity wave passed through the space where they had been a moment before. "Now down, hard down." Marcus dove the ship downward. Above them, space itself seemed to explode as gravitational forces collided. Behind them, the Vorthak ships had entered the system, but they were not as lucky. Without Zara's calculations, they were flying blind. Marcus watched on his rear scanner as one of the Vorthak ships was caught by a gravity wave. The ship was stretched like rubber, then snapped back into a twisted piece of metal. "2 ships left," Marcus said. "They are learning," Zara replied. "Copying our movements. We need to go deeper into the system." For the next hour, they flew through impossible space. Zara guided them through gravity fields that should have torn their ship apart. Her calculations were perfect. Every turn, every dive, every acceleration was exactly right. The remaining Vorthak ships followed, but they were taking damage. Marcus could see pieces breaking off their hulls. "There," Zara said, pointing ahead. "A stable zone." In the center of the 3-star system was a small area where the gravity fields balanced each other out. It was like the eye of a hurricane, calm in the middle of chaos. They flew into the stable zone and stopped. Around them, the stars danced their deadly dance. "They cannot follow us here," Zara said. "The path is too complex." She was right. The 2 remaining Vorthak ships tried to enter the stable zone, but the gravity fields caught them. One ship was thrown back out of the system. The other started spinning out of control. "This is Commander Vex of the Vorthak fleet," came a new voice over the radio. "You cannot hide in there forever. We will wait." Marcus looked at their fuel levels. They had enough for maybe 6 hours. "They are right," Marcus said. "We cannot stay here long." "I know," Zara said. "But I have an idea." She activated the long-range communication system. "What are you doing?" Marcus asked. "Calling for help." "Who can help us here?" Zara smiled. "Friends." She sent out a coded message that Marcus did not understand. Then they waited. "Zara," Marcus said, "in case we don't make it out of here, I want you to know something." "What?" "Meeting you was the best thing that ever happened to me. You changed my life." Zara looked at him with surprise. "You changed mine too. You gave me back my purpose." They sat in comfortable silence, watching the deadly stars spin around them. Then, 2 hours later, something appeared on their sensors. "Ships approaching," Marcus said. "More Vorthak?" Zara checked the readings. Her face lit up with joy. "No," she said. "Friends." A dozen ships dropped out of hyperspace at the edge of the Kepler 9 system, but these were not military vessels. They were cargo ships, passenger transports, even a few private yachts. "This is Captain Rodriguez of the New Hope," came a familiar voice over the radio. "We got your message, Zara. How can we help?" Marcus stared at the screen. Captain Rodriguez was the man they had saved 2 months ago. "And this is Dr. Kellyan," came another voice. "I brought some friends from the research station." More voices joined the conversation. Captain Voss, the Centaurian businessman, several human colonists from worlds they had visited, even some alien traders who had worked with them. "How did they all get here so fast?" Marcus asked. "I sent the message to everyone who has helped us or who we have helped," Zara explained. "Word travels fast when people care about each other." The Vorthak commander's voice came over the radio again. "This is a private matter. All civilian ships, leave immediately or face consequences." "Actually," came a new voice, "this is Commander Sarah Chen of the Earth Defense Force." Marcus's eyes went wide. "Chen, that's my sister. a sleek military ship appeared among the civilian vessels. "Hello, little brother," came Sarah's voice. "Heard you were in trouble." "How did you—" Marcus started to ask. Dr. Kellyan contacted Earth government, told them about the Etherian situation. Earth has decided to offer protection to any Etherian seeking freedom. The Vorthak commander sounded angry now. "Earth has no authority here." "Actually, we do," Sarah replied. "Under Galactic Council law, any sentient being can request asylum. Zara has requested protection from Earth." "The Etherian is property," the Vorthak commander shouted. "No," came dozens of voices at once. All the ships in the area were transmitting. "She is a person." Marcus felt tears in his eyes. All these people had come to help them. Humans and aliens working together. "Zara," Sarah's voice continued, "can you guide our ships through that system? We need to get you out of there." "Yes," Zara said into the radio. "I can guide anyone who wants to follow." What happened next was amazing. Zara transmitted her calculations to all the ships. One by one, they entered the dangerous system. Dr. Kellyan's research ship, Captain Rodriguez's transport, even some of the alien traders. The Vorthak ships tried to stop them, but they were outnumbered 20-1. More importantly, they were outmatched. Working together, the civilian ships protected each other and followed Zara's guidance through the deadly gravity fields. It took 3 hours to get everyone safely through the system. Marcus had never seen such cooperation between different species. When they reached the other side, the Vorthak ships did not follow. They could not fight so many ships, especially with Earth Defense Force protection. "This is not over, Commander," Vex transmitted. "The Vorthak will remember this." "So will we," Sarah replied. "So will everyone who believes in freedom." As the fleet of ships flew away from Kepler 9, Marcus felt something he had not felt in years. Hope. "Zara," he said, "what you did back there, guiding all those ships through that maze. How did you do it?" "It was not just me," Zara said. "When I am happy, when I feel free and trusted, my abilities grow stronger. Dr. Kellyan was right. Partnership makes us better." Marcus looked at the other ships flying with them. Humans and aliens working together to protect freedom. "Where do we go now?" he asked. Zara checked the star charts. "Dr. Kellyan says there are hidden Etherian communities. My people who escaped. The slave raids. If we can find them, we can start a real resistance," Marcus finished. "Yes, but it will be dangerous. The Vorthak will not give up easily." Marcus thought about all the people who had come to help them. All the species working together. "Let them come," he said. "We are not alone anymore." As the Lucky Star flew toward an uncertain future, surrounded by friends and allies, Marcus realized something important. What had started as one human treating one Etherian with respect had grown into something much bigger. It had become a movement, and movements, Marcus knew, were very hard to stop, especially when they were fighting for something as powerful as freedom. "Zara," Marcus said, "are you ready to free your people?" Zara looked at him with determination in her purple eyes. "We are ready," she said. "All of us, together." The hunt was over. The real mission was just beginning. I acquired an alien companion. To my shock, she was really happy. Part 5. Liberation and New Beginnings. 6 months after escaping the Kepler 9 system, Marcus stood on the bridge of the New Hope, watching something incredible happen. Below them, the planet Etheria sparkled like a blue jewel. It was Zara's homeworld, and today, it would be free. "All ships report ready," came Sarah's voice over the radio. The Earth Defense Force had grown since their first meeting. Now they had 30 ships, all crewed by humans and aliens working together. "Resistance forces in position," reported Captain Rodriguez. The underground network had grown too. Hundreds of ships from dozens of species had joined their cause. Etherian Awakening Protocol is active, added Dr. Kellyan. Her research had helped them understand how to wake up the enslaved Etherians, how to remind them of who they really were. Marcus looked at Zara. She stood beside him, but she looked different now, stronger, more confident. Her blue skin seemed to glow with inner light. "Are you ready?" Marcus asked her. Zara smiled. "I have been ready for this moment my whole life." Over the past 6 months, they had learned incredible things. Dr. Kellyan's research had revealed the truth about Etherian society. They had not just been partners to other species, they had been the most advanced civilization in their part of the galaxy. "My people were not weak," Zara had explained to Marcus one day. "We chose peace because we were strong enough to choose. We could have built weapons that destroyed stars. Instead, we built gardens." But the galaxy had misunderstood. When the Vorthak attacked, they saw a peaceful species and thought them helpless. They were wrong. "Incoming transmission," announced the communications officer. A hologram appeared on the bridge. It was Commander Vex, the Vorthak leader who had chased them through Kepler 9. "Human fools," Vex snarled. "You think you can take this world? We have 1,000 ships defending it." "We do not want to take it," Marcus replied calmly. "We want to give it back to its rightful owners." Vex laughed. "The Etherians are slaves. They belong to us." "Actually," came a new voice, "they belong to themselves." Another hologram appeared. It was an Etherian, but unlike any Marcus had seen before. This one was tall and wore robes that seemed made of starlight. Her presence felt powerful, ancient. "I am Council Speaker Lyra," the Etherian said, "and I am very disappointed in you, Commander Vex." Vex's face went pale. "That is impossible. All the council members are dead or enslaved." "Wrong." "Again," Lyra said calmly. "We have been waiting, watching, learning." Marcus stared at Zara. "You knew about this?" "I hoped," Zara said. "The Council of Minds does not die easily. We planned for this day." More holograms appeared. Etherian Council members from across the galaxy. Some were on distant worlds. Others were on ships in space. A few were standing in slave camps, their true identities finally revealed. "For 50 years we have endured slavery," Speaker Lyra said. "We let ourselves be captured. We let ourselves be sold. We scattered across the galaxy like seeds in the wind." "Why?" Marcus asked. "To learn," Zara answered. "To understand the galaxy that had conquered us. To find species that could become true partners." Speaker Lyra nodded. "And we found them. Humans showed us that partnership was still possible. That not all species think in terms of master and slave." Commander Vex was getting angry. "Enough talk. Attack the human ships." But something strange happened. When the Vorthak ships tried to fire their weapons, nothing happened. "I forgot to mention," Speaker Lyra said with a small smile. "Etherians designed most of the computer systems in this galaxy, including the ones on your ships. Across the Vorthak fleet, weapon systems shut down. Engines stopped working. Even life support began to flicker." "How?" Vex gasped. 50 years of slavery taught us many things," another council member said, "including how to hide programs in every computer we were forced to build." Marcus watched in amazement as the massive Vorthak fleet became helpless. 1,000 warships stopped by mathematics and programming. "This is incredible," he said. "This is justice," Zara replied, but Speaker Lyra was not finished. "Citizens of the galaxy," she said, broadcasting to every planet and station in known space. "Today, the Etherian people reclaim our freedom, but we do not seek revenge." Images began appearing on screens across the galaxy. Etherians in slave camps removing their chains. Etherians on ships taking control from their captors. Etherians in research labs revealing their true knowledge. "Instead," Speaker Lyra continued, We offer partnership, true partnership, between equals. The response was immediate. On 1,000 worlds, enslaved Etherians began to stand up. They were not violent. They did not hurt their captors. They simply stopped being slaves. The companion trade is finished, Dr. Kellyan said over the radio. Reports are coming in from across the galaxy. Etherians everywhere are asserting their freedom. Marcus watched the screens showing news from different planets. On some worlds, the transition was peaceful. On others, there was chaos as slave. Owners tried to maintain control, but the Etherians were not alone anymore. Human ships were arriving at slave camps, offering protection. Other alien species were declaring support for Etherian freedom. The movement that had started with Marcus and Zara was now galaxy-wide. Captain Chen, Speaker Lyra said, turning her attention to Marcus. You and Zara began something remarkable. One human showing respect to one Etherian. From that small act, freedom has grown. Marcus felt embarrassed. I just treated her like a person, that's normal. No, Speaker Lyra said gently. That is special. Most species in this galaxy have forgotten how to be partners. You remembered. Down on the planet's surface, Vorthak forces were surrendering. Without their ships and weapons, they could not fight. But more importantly, they no longer wanted to. Etherian telepathic abilities were showing them the pain they had caused. Many Vorthak were crying. What will happen to them? Marcus asked. They will learn, Zara said. Just as we learned. Pain teaches, but so does kindness. Over the following days, Marcus watched the galaxy change. The Etherian liberation sparked something bigger. Other enslaved species began to resist. The entire system of interspecies domination started to crumble. But the most amazing change was in the Etherians themselves. Free to think and create again, they shared knowledge that transformed everything. Medical advances that saved millions of lives, engineering solutions that made space travel safer, agricultural techniques that ended hunger on dozens of worlds. They were holding back all this knowledge? Marcus asked Dr. Kellyan. Not holding back, she replied. They were prevented from sharing it. Slavery does not just hurt the enslaved, it hurts everyone by wasting potential. A year later, Marcus stood in the crystal gardens of New Etherios, the first joint human-Etherian colony. Children of both species played together while their parents worked on projects that neither species could have accomplished alone. Zara approached him, carrying a small blue flower that seemed to glow with its own light. A gift, she said, handing him the flower. From the Council of Minds to the human who started a revolution. I didn't start anything, Marcus protested. I just treated you like a friend. Exactly, Zara said. You saw a person instead of property. You chose partnership instead of domination. That choice changed everything. Marcus looked around the garden. Human and Etherian scientists worked together on experiments. Human and Etherian artists created beauty that neither species could imagine alone. Human and Etherian children learned from each other. What happens now? He asked. Zara pointed to the stars visible through the crystal dome above them. Now we explore. Together. There are more species out there who need to learn about partnership. More civilizations that have forgotten how to cooperate. Are you asking me to be your partner in exploring the galaxy? Zara laughed. It was the same beautiful sound he had first heard on his ship, but now it carried joy and hope for the future. Marcus, she said, I am asking you to help me teach the galaxy that happiness comes from freedom. That strength comes from working together. That the best things happen when different people choose to be partners instead of enemies. Marcus took her hand. It was warm and felt like holding starlight. Partners, he said. Partners, Zara agreed. As they walked through the garden, planning their next mission to help other species find freedom, Marcus reflected on the strange journey that had brought them here. It had started with a debt and a desperate choice. It had grown into friendship, then partnership, then love, and finally, it had become something that changed the galaxy, all because one human had looked at one alien and seen not property, but a person, not a slave, but a partner. Not someone to dominate, but someone to learn from. In the end, Marcus realized, that was humanity's greatest strength. Not their technology or their weapons, but their ability to see the worth in others. To build bridges instead of walls. To choose cooperation over conquest. And in a galaxy full of species that had forgotten how to work together, that simple human trait was the most powerful force of all. The companion trade was finished. The age of partnership had begun, and it all started because an alien was really truly happy.